it's Chris and Tammy. And we were making some good old fried chicken today. And Chris had bought chicken legs because they were on sale. So that's what we got. It's a bunch of chicken legs. I'm gonna beat up a couple of eggs to go on these legs. That rhymes. And we're gonna fry up some just good old plain granny fried chicken, salt and pepper. Okay, they're legs, and I dried them a little bit so that the egg would stick to them good. So we're gonna salt and pepper it good. Pepper's really good on chicken. Good, good, good.
This is for those of you whose mama or your granny used to put the chicken on there with a little bit of grease. And
it takes longer.
Yeah, put the lid on it, cook it forever.
We are making sides to go with it as well. And it takes a minute to fry bone-in chicken, all right? And we're not going to be eating raw chicken. So, all you do is dip it in the egg, salt and pepper it, put you some self-rising flour on it. If you don't have self-rising, you can use all-purpose, but self-rising tastes better. So he's going to turn our skillets on low, and we're going to get some Crisco in them in just a minute. While this chicken is sitting here a second, we'll melt that shortening. But we want our skillets to be warm so that it don't take all day to melt the shortening and bring it to a good temperature. All right, so Granny used shortening to fry her chicken. So that's what we're doing today. Now, you can use oil if you want to. You would just use it at about the same depth as what I'm going to be putting the shortening in. Now, self-rising flour does have a little salt in it, which is nice. And I think it makes the coating crunchier than all-purpose flour does. And why wouldn't it? It's got baking powder and stuff in it. So that's why I like to use it for all my breading, whether it's chicken or beef or vegetables. I like to use my self-rising flour. Y'all tell me if you remember your granny frying chicken in a skillet on the stove and it taking a while. Get the lid on there and bringing it up. It's not like deep frying it. It's like, it's a lot cheaper to do it this way.
Yeah, you don't use anywhere near the amount of oil.
No. We're going to have plenty of time to clean all this up while we're frying this chicken. But I got to wash my hands before I could drop it. Good to see everybody. Let me know if you've made one of my recipes and which one's your favorite. That would be nice to know. I have got so many fried chicken recipes. Woo! Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken. All right, I got potatoes over here boiling, so I'm going to take the lid off of them. We don't want them to boil over. We're going to drop some Crisco in here. Get it to melting and start dropping this chicken. I think it'll take about 2 of those. And while that's getting hot, we're going to pour 3 cans of green beans in this pot. We're going to have some creamy green beans. Let me show you how easy it is. Put in 3 cans. I use this big thing so I don't have to wait 30 minutes because it takes it about 30 minutes in a smaller pot. As long as it's nonstick, they do a good job. Okay? And you're going to add some olive oil, about 1/8 cup. And 1 tablespoon of sugar. Sugar, baby. You're talking about delish. Somebody just sent me a message this week and said she tried our granny green beans for the first time and she just thought they were delicious. They need to get hot now.
And really, your chicken should start to look kind of wet after it sits there a little bit. You want it to sit out ideally about 10 minutes before you.
All right, here we go. Legs, they were cheap, y'all. Wasn't they, Chris?
They were buy one, get one.
They were.
Yeah.
Again, you got to buy one.
So
get
they
one.
were. It was about $6 for all those legs. Well, it was under $6 actually.
If you don't have an iron skillet like this, I'm telling you, they're good for everything. You know, like I use my iron skillet to even make gravy, and sometimes your gravy will want to boil over a little bit in a regular one. But, buddy, you get one of these, you can make a lot of gravy at one time without having to worry about that.
Everybody likes fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
The whole world.
There ain't nothing better than southern fried chicken or just fried chicken. All right, we're turning these up. Getting them a little bit brown. And then once you brown them, then you can put your lid on them. Then you're just going to rotate them. And as they, well, this one ain't as hot over here. Ooh, it smells so good already. Y'all. Good already. Let's see how this one looks. See, it's doing good. I'll start rotating again. So right now you're just getting a nice sear around them. And then once you get that, you can put your lid on good.
Turn the grease down a little bit.
And turn the grease down a little bit. Put that one that way. Well, that looks good. Purdy chicken, y'all. Purdy. All right, really, these are brown. Here we go. Turn your grease down to a low. I'm going to go all the way low on this gas. All right, and then we're going to set the timer for 5 minutes. Now, we're going to teach you how to do this, setting a timer. And Granny never set a timer. She just cooked hers until they look like...
They just cooked it forever.
Yes. But now, when you make chicken like this with the lid on, and you turn it down like this, like we're doing today, it will be so moist. It will be fall off the bone, kind of like Kentucky Fried Chicken's chicken. You know how moist that is and how soft it is. It's delicious. It tastes almost like it's been pressure cooked. That's how this turns out. Now our green beans are boiling, and they're not going to be done till all that liquid's gone. So we got a long way to go with those, but it's up on high. Now, when you got two things cooking right side by side like we do, lots of times the sides that are next to each other, the pan will be hotter. In other words, chicken on this side and this side is going to be hotter just because the skillets are close together.
This is, somebody was asking about this. It's a Jaccard.
Jaccard.
Tail meat.
Pigtail meat hook. And if you go on Amazon, go to our website and go through our links, please. And if you go on Amazon and do that, and you see those cheaper brands, a lot of y'all get them, and you're going to be so disappointed when you get it in the mail because the hooks on them are huge.
All right, it's chicken time.
Chicken. All right, we're going to turn it over, completely over.
Yep.
And cook it 10 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's going to get dark, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
See how that one's darker next to that skillet?
Yep.
The other skillet. Now, look, we're giving y'all these minutes because this is bone-in chicken. And, of course, they're both on. You got to make sure it's done.
I wonder if it's a difference in that cast iron, too. I wonder if one of these skillets.
Well, this one's really old, so it's thinner on the bottom.
Yeah, that may be what it is.
Over time, they get thinner. Yeah. And I don't really know what brand this one is, but you can tell by the rim of it how much, look at the difference in the rims.
Yeah.
That one's really thin. Let them see it. They ain't got nothing else to do. Look how thin that rim is and how thick this rim is.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a newer one.
Yeah, that's a whole lot different.
So it is, they are,
Yeah, probably makes a difference.
it probably makes a difference in how they're cooking. Next 5 minutes, y'all. Next 5 minutes. So we're going to put some butter in these potatoes and a little bit of cream and sour cream, salt and pepper. And boy, we're about ready to eat, y'all. It's taken a while, hasn't it? But it'll be worth it when you bite into that chicken. You know what? I'm going to tell y'all a story. When I was a kid, my granny would make this. She also made fried chicken livers a lot. And when she called us in, we would always be out in the yard. We lived on a farm. And she would call us in and she would holler. This is how she hollered. Y'all?
Oh, you got a microphone.
I know. She'd say, y'all, get in here. It's time to eat lunch. Like that. And she'd go, Albert, for her husband. It was just so funny. And anyway, we'd all come in and she'd make sure our hair was tied up out of our eyes, and she would use her quilt strings and tie our long hair up, make us go wash our hands before we came to the table. So we had to have our hair tied up and wash our hands before we could come to the table. Do y'all remember stuff like that from growing up? I sure do. It was so much fun being down at Granny's playing with all my cousins. We would get leaves off the trees. We had a mimosa tree. Is that what they're called, Chris? They look like ferns, and they have pink blooms, and they have seed pods that look like it's kind of like a snap pea. And we would use the seed pods for cash, and then we would use the beans for change. And we would have a vent. I don't know if y'all did this or not, but everybody's house was on a foundation where I grew up. And so I got to put a little bit of cream in there. Everybody's house was on a foundation. So we had vents, and there would always be a vent in the garage, even if there was nothing in there. I don't know why it was that way, but it was at my granny's and our house. And we would do a drive-through window through the vents, be on one side and the other one be on the other side. And we would pretend that we were going through the drive-through using those mimosa pea pods and
No credit cards.
change. Well, Lord, no, we didn't know what a credit card was. Boy, we had fun. All right, we're going to get this skillets out first. This is a thinner skillet, and they were cooked at the same temperature because my stove only goes down so low, y'all. And you don't want to leave them sitting on the paper towel too long because they'll get soggy. But you're going to start them off on a paper towel. I'm behind you, baby.
Now, these are a lot different than
Way different.
Deep fried chicken. It's very different texture, the way the chicken is.
Completely different. It really is soft like Kentucky Fried Chickens. I'm not kidding. And it don't taste like Kentucky Fried Chickens. It tastes like Granny's because it's got salt and pepper on it, you know. And that's it. But man, it is good. Chris loves it. Don't you, baby?
Yep.
Now that would make some really good gravy.
Yeah.
But we ain't making gravy today. I'm glad y'all stayed with us. And for all of y'all that could handle us the whole way. Man, are y'all great. Right, Chris?
Yep.
You know what? We love you, all of y'all so much. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now that looks good, don't it, y'all? Don't that look delicious? And I'm going to tell you, you can't beat it. You can't beat our green beans, and you can't beat my creamed potatoes, and you can't beat greenish fried chicken. We got some good recipes. This chicken recipe is in our Volume 4 cookbook, and these 2 side recipes are in our Volume 1 cookbook, and you can find all these recipes on the website as well. Well, let me show y'all how soft this is. I'll cut one of each. One that's dark and one that's light. I need to get them off this paper towel by now. Let me get them off. You don't want them to sweat too much. All right. I mean, it's just so tender. It's crazy how good it is. Oh, it smells so good. It smells just like Granny's. It's just like being back in her kitchen all over again. I'm not kidding. It is worth every minute. I guarantee you. And I'm not exaggerating, y'all. I guarantee you, if you make this recipe and you follow the directions and you set your timers, if you're used to your granny making chicken when you were a kid and you live, no matter where you live, if she just salt and peppered it and fried it in a skillet like that, you're going to be so happy to make this recipe. That's what this channel is all about, bringing you old recipes that Mama made. We will see you next time on Collard Valley Cooks, cooking like Mama did. We love you, and we'll see you next time.